Alright, so this is section 1.6, multiplying and dividing real numbers. Okay, so this is on page 74. Okay, about multiplication, division. Okay, so I need everybody knows this rule. Okay, for any real number x, if this number x multiplied by 0, we always have what? 0. 0 times x is 0. So that means 0 times by any real number give us what? 0. Okay, so that's for multiplication property of 0. Okay, so what's the corresponding division property of 0? So this is on this page. That's not like the multiplication involving 0. You always get 0. For division, sometimes we get 0, sometimes we have undefined results. Okay, I'm going to ask a volunteer to read this green box for us. Whose turn? Ronald?
For any real number x with x equal to 0.
That's not, that's like.
X, or 0 over x equals 0, and x over 0 is undefined. 0 over negative 10 equals 0, and negative 10 over 0 is undefined.
Very good. Okay, so when we remove 0 for division, okay, only when 0 shows up on the top, on the numerator, the division will be what? 0. How about the 0 show up on the denominator? Undefined. Okay, the x is a non-zero number. Non-zero number divided by 0, undefined. 0 divided by x is non-zero. Okay, not 0. Give us what? 0. So see, these are the two examples. You knew this, right? Or have a fresh? Okay, refresh about it. Okay, so these are the involving zeros. All right. Then let's look at it for multiplication. Okay, for multiplication. If we're multiplying two numbers, okay, they have the different signs. Okay, so Jose, can you read the green box for us?
Multiplying sign numbers. The product of a positive number and negative number is a negative. 6 times negative 3 is going to be negative 18. And then negative 6 times 3 is still going to be negative 18.
Okay, very good. Okay. Alright, so that's, if we're multiplying two sign numbers with different signs, eventually it's going to be negative, right? Alright, how about we multiply two sign number with the same sign? This is a conclusion for us, okay? So this is this green box. I'll read, okay? The product of two numbers with the same sign is positive. The product of two numbers with different signs is what? Negative, okay? So it is here on our note. That means if two numbers are both positive, same sign, eventually we get what? Positive results. If two numbers they're having both of them they're negative, but they're still having the same sign, eventually we get what? Positive results. But if two numbers they have different signs, we get what? Negative results. So same signs, product positive. Different signs, product is what? Negative. Okay, remember this, okay? Positive times positive, positive. Negative times negative give us positive. Negative times by positive, or positive times by negative give us what? Negative. Alright, this is a rule for multiplication, a rule for multiplication. Okay. Well, another concept I want you guys to know is called a reciprocal. Okay. So what kind of pairs of numbers are called reciprocal? If the pairs of the numbers whose product equals what? 1, we call there a pair of reciprocals or multiplicative inverse of each other. Okay, so the example, can you raise an example for a pair of reciprocals? 5. What is a reciprocal of 5? Negative 5?
Or negative
5 and negative 5 are additive inverse, so that's opposite. For reciprocal, product must be 1. Say 5 and 1/5 is a pair of reciprocal. You guys? Alright? Okay. Okay, so seems that you guys are still confused. Okay, I'm gonna write it here. Okay, so additive inverse, which is also called opposite numbers, are what? If the sum of them are what? Equals 0. Okay, additive means addition, opposite means the sum of them equals 0. We talk about what? Let me check my, reciprocal, okay? Reciprocal, or what? Multiplicative inverse, okay? So, this is, I should use parentheses, okay? For multiplicative inverse, this is for multiplication inverse, right? We call reciprocal, okay? So, it talks about a pair of numbers, the product equals what? 1. So 5 and what? 1/5. Okay. 2 1/2. -2, -1/2. Okay. So they are different. Guys, do you see the difference? Additive sum must be 0. Multiplicative inverse what? Product equals what? 1. Okay. All right. So that's for multiplication, okay? Well, for division, guys, okay? So what is a rule for division? When we are dividing, okay, x divided by y, okay? So we can change what? The operation from division to what? Multiplication, okay? So when we are, to divide two numbers, multiplying the first number, which is called a dividend, okay? X is called a dividend. The order matters for division as well, okay? So multiply the dividend by what? The reciprocal or multiplicative inverse of the second number, which is called a divisor, okay? So x divided by y can be written by x times by what? 1/y, because 1/y is what? The reciprocal of what? Y. See the example, some number divided by 5, it's the same thing as some number multiplied by what? 1/5. Right? Okay, so how about the signs involving division? Okay, signs involving division. So I'm going to ask another volunteer to read this green box. Who want to read? Whose turn? What's your name again?
Darnell.
Daniel, yeah, okay.
The quotient of two numbers with the same sign is positive. The quotient of two numbers with different signs is negative. Examples: 15/3 equals 5. -15 over -3 equals 5. 15 over -3 equals -5, and -15 over 3 equals -5.
Very good, thanks. Division sign number has the same rule as multiplication. If the quotient of two numbers have the same sign, what does that mean? Positive divided by positive, positive. Negative divided by negative equals what? Positive. Okay. How about the quotient of two numbers with different signs? Whatever positive divided by negative or negative divided by positive, eventually the result must be what? A negative number. Okay. So it has the same rule as multiplication. Both positive or both negative give us positive result. One positive, one negative give us what? Negative result. Okay. Alright, so I'm glad that you guys are doing okay, very good so far. Okay. So there's some other conclusions. Okay, it's called the equivalent form. Okay, whose turn to read the equivalent forms? Can you read, please? Yes. Yeah, you.
Equivalent forms. For any positive real numbers x and y, the following are equivalent. Negative x over y, x over negative y, and x negative x over y. Right?
Yeah.
We generally use this form for negative final answer. And negative x over negative y and x over y, we generally use this form for positive final answers.
Very good. Okay. So what does this forms tell? These three forms are equivalent. That means either we have the negative sign in the numerator, or we have the negative sign purely in the denominator, or we have the negative sign in front of the entire fraction. All of these three, they give us the same thing. Okay, they are the same. Okay, and then these two are equivalent. Negative x over negative y give us what? X over y. Okay, so if you encounter, what is, say for example, I'll give you an example. What is, if I get a negative 1 over 2, okay, say for example, can I rewrite this? Yes, we can put a negative sign in front of the entire fraction, negative 1 over 2. It's the same thing, okay? If you are doing simplification, eventually you get a negative 1 over negative 2 to 2. So we can rewrite this as what? Positive 1/2. Right? Alright, so I believe that's, the rules, okay? However, okay, there's some other, tables in the textbook that you can pay attention, okay? So what are the key words and phrases for multiplication? Product of, times, twice, triple, of, percent of, as much as, right? Keywords for multiplication. And when you encounter this kind of the keywords, like what? Quotient of, divided by, ratio of, we use, which operation should we use? What? Division, right? Division. Okay, so I think we're ready to do the practice question in section 1.6. Alright, so let's look at practice questions, right? Alright, so there are many of them, so I will still choose some of them, we do them together, okay? So can you try question A? Let me see. Try question, everything. Question B. Try question C. Try this C. This E. And this D. Okay? So I'll give you a couple minutes to try all of them, okay? Have you marked down all of these? A, B, C, then C, D, E. It will take that long, right? So, question A, what do you get? What's negative 2 times 0? No. What is 4 times by negative 15?
Negative 16.
Negative 16. They don't have the same sign, so it's going to be negative, right? So, same sign should be positive, right? Positive what? 150, right? Alright. What's 4.6 divided by 0? 0?
It's on the final fact.
Okay, what is 0 divided by negative 4? Yeah. 0 divided by a non-zero number give us 0. A non-zero number divided by 0 is undefined. 0 cannot be in the denominator, okay? So how about question D? You get negative 4, and Anybody different opinion? So, negative divided by negative. So how about we rewrite like this? Negative 4.8 divided by negative 1.2. Remember just now we talked about negative x over negative y should equals positive x over positive y, right? Because negative negative cancel out, right? So that's why when we have two numbers that are having the same sign, eventually we're going to get a positive results. So 4.8 divided by 1.2, we should get 4, and it's going to be positive 4. Because negative divided by negative become positive. Right? Alright, so, yeah, okay. So, this is this page, okay, so let's move on to the next page, okay. All of these questions on this page ask us to use the order of operations to simplify, okay? So later you'll see the PEMDAS. What does PEMDAS mean? Parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So later when you encounter PEMDAS, order of operation, okay? Don't, say, oh, what is this? I don't understand. It is order of operation, okay? Alright, so I'm going to choose some questions we can do together, okay? So I would say that let's do question F, okay? Also we'll do question I. F and I. I'll give you a couple minutes to think about F and I, okay? Because if you don't try, you will not feel the hard or easy, for the question. let's look at F at first together, okay? So question F, once we have bracket, parentheses, we do that at first, right? So, okay, we're gonna do with this bracket. Inside the bracket, we have what? We have parentheses, we have what? Exponent, okay? So, parentheses, right? Negative 6 plus 3 give us what? Negative 3 minus 1 to the first power. What is 1 to the first power? First power 1. First power 1 means we multiply by 1 for how many times? 4 times. You have to understand what is the idea for exponent, okay? So, 4 of 1 multiplied together to give us what? 1. Divide by what? Negative 2 multiplied by 5. Yeah, so we're still having a division. Later we'll change, okay? Alright. Negative 3 minus 1. Negative 3 plus negative 1, right? Divide by negative 2. Division can be changed by what? Multiplication of what? The reciprocal of negative 2. What is reciprocal of negative 2? Negative 1/2. And then times by 5. So negative 3 plus negative 1 give us what? Negative 4 times by negative 1/2 times by 5. Only multiplication, do it from the left to the right. Negative times by negative give us what? Positive. Then we multiply 4 by 1/2 give us what? 2, right? This is 4 over 1, right? Yeah, so negative 4 over 1, right? So positive 2 and times by 5 eventually equals what? 10. You guys? Alright, question I. This is a division, right? Six square, 4 square. Okay, bracket. Negative 2 times by. What is 5 plus negative 1? Positive 4, right? $36 minus 16. $20, right? Divided by negative 2 times by positive 4. Negative 8, right? Yeah, negative 8. Or I simplify. Well, you can get negative 8 and then eventually simplify. Or see, multiply, you know. So 4 and 20 have a common factor 4, right? So divide by 4 give us 1. 20 divided by 4 give us 5, right? So eventually we have a 5 over negative 2. I write it as negative 5 over 2. Right? Alright, so next page, well, there are many practice questions, okay? So you're gonna practice all of these, okay? In a later time. Okay, question 4. Evaluate each expression for x equals negative 2, y equals 4, a equals negative 1, and b equals 3. So let's do b. Evaluate this expression. If x equals negative 2, y equals what? 4, blah, blah. So what do? Plug in, right? So y is 4 minus 2 times by x. What is x? Negative 2. B, what is b? 3 minus y. What is y? 4 4 times by a squared. What is a? -1 squared. See, plug in those variable values and then simplify. Okay, so let's see. Equals 4 minus 2 times by -2. Do we do the 4 minus 2 at first? Or do we do the multiplication first? Multiplication. So we keep the 4. -2 times by -2 give us what? Positive 4. Subtraction, multiplication, exponent. Which operation should we do first? Exponent. So 3 minus 4 times by, what is -1 square? -1. So that's why I need you to understand the idea for exponent. If we have a -1 square, that means we're going to multiply -1 twice, right? So negative become what? Positive. -1 square equals +1, okay? Alright, so on the top, 4 plus 4 is what? 8. On the bottom, subtraction, multiplication, we do multiplication, right? So 3 minus 4. So 8 divided by, what's 3 minus 4? -1. So eventually, I would say this is -8 over 1, which is -8. You guys? Question 5. Write a numerical expression for each phrase and simplify. So let's try B. What is the quotient of -18 and the sum of -7 and -2? Quotient of. Quotient, division, right? Of what? -18 and what? -18 and what?
-7 plus -2.
Yeah. Quotient of something and something. This something is on the top. The rest, all of the rest should be on the bottom, right? So what is the rest on the bottom? Sum of -7 and -2 means -7, -2, right? -18, -7 plus -2, -9, negative, cancel out. So what is 18 divided by 9? 2. Last type of the question is, write each sentence as an expression using x as a variable. Okay, so let's do both, okay? This number is x, okay? This number is x. What is 7 times a number less -35? What's 7 times a number? This number is x, right? So we should have 7x, right? Less minus -35. 7x minus -35. Can we simplify? Minus negative become what? Plus 35. What is -3 less than a number? This number is x, right? -3 less than something. Remember, 2 less than something. Something minus 2, right? -3 less than something should be the something minus what? -3. And it gave us what? X plus 3.